Welcome to second semester Algebra 1. I am your teacher, Mrs. Cecil. Let's take a look at your course. So when you first log into Schoology, you're brought to the home screen. So this kind of has a feed of recent activity here. To get to our course specifically, you go up to Courses and then click on the icon that looks like this, Algebra 1 second semester. All right, I want to go through a little bit of the course information with you. Okay, first of all, here's my contact information. The best way to reach me is to email me. Feel free to email me with any kinds of questions that you have, whether that's, a question about just how Schoology works, if it's about the class, if it's about, what happens after you take this class, and, even if it's just a question about a problem that you're working on. So email me about anything. I get back to you pretty quickly. Sometimes if it's too late at night, I might not get back to you till the next day. But I check it pretty much every day throughout the day. You could also call and leave me a voicemail, and then I'll get back to you by phone that way. And if you need some help and we're not working, the email isn't working very well to explain what's going on, then we can set up a Google Hangout. Okay, and then back to course information. Okay, first thing you want to do is click on this calendar, and if you can, print it so you have a copy. This tells you all the due dates of your assignments, quizzes, and tests. So if you look, your first assignment is due May 30th, and then the quiz is actually that same day too. So there's typically around 2 to 3 items due every day, Monday through Friday. This tells you when all of those due dates are. Okay. You'll have multiple assignments in every unit, and all of the assignments come with a lesson video. So it's a video I've created explaining how to do the problems. You can do the assignments an unlimited amount of times as long as it's done before the due date. Every unit will have one review before the test. You can also do that an unlimited amount of times. Every unit has 1 to 2 quizzes, and you'll be able to do those 2 times. Every unit has 1 test. You'll get only 1 chance to do this, and it won't open until all the assignments and review are complete. Okay, the course runs through May 26th through July 10th. You will have a final exam on July 6th or July 10th. So you'll get to choose that date, and then you'll get a pick from these times. This will be taken in person at Lee Summit High School, and I'll get back to you on the room location for that. You'll want to check Schoology for your grades. PowerSchool will be updated periodically, but Schoology will have your most updated grades. Here are the units. It'll be 6 through 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 that we'll do second semester. Late work policy. So I try to give a little bit of grace because I know sometimes things get crazy with summer and just your schedule in the summer, but you do need to stay on top of your work. So if you have your first late assignment, there will be no penalty. The second late assignment and beyond that will be 20% off. The assignments are 5 points, so that basically means will lose 1 point for turning in a late assignment. Your first late quiz, again, there will be no penalty. But beyond that, if there's another late quiz, you'll have 20% off again. Your first late test, again, no penalty. And then second and beyond that, because they're tests, there'll be 10% off up through the first 3 days, so for every day late. So if it's late, 1 day late, 10% off, 2 days late, 20% off, 3 days late, 30% off, and then that is the max that it'll be off. That's still quite a bit, especially for a test. But so you want to really make sure that you get all of those done on time. Okay, if you are enrolled in both first semester and second semester, so that's some of you that are taking both semesters. So they actually run concurrently. So you could do them both at the same time following the calendars like I showed you before. Or you do have the option, if you would like to complete first semester first before starting second semester, that is okay. I have a modified calendar for you if you want to do that. Now, if this is what you want to do, you'll have 4 to 6 items due every day, but you would anyway if you were doing them both at the same time. And you'll want to be spending 7 to 10 hours per week on the course. You want to make sure also that you would sign up still for both finals on July 6th or July 10th. If you do want to do them in order, which I would recommend, I think it might be easier that way, then email me and let me know that's what you're doing. So I'm not counting you late for not getting your second semester items done on the due date that's given. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about are just the course expectations. So you have to check your email every day. This is the only way that I have to communicate with you. So you really need to check that. You might not have a question for me, but I might have one for you. So you need to make sure you're looking at it just in case that does happen. Like I said before, if you have any questions, send me an email. You have to stay on top of your work. Follow that assignment calendar. Here's just another place you can get it. There are 2 to 3 items due every day, Monday through Friday. You should spend about 5 to 7 hours per week on the course. It doesn't all have to be obviously in 1 or 2 days. You can spread it out just whenever your schedule, whenever it works for your schedule. You can work ahead as well. So if you know you have like a busy week coming up, then maybe you want to spend a lot of time on Sunday getting a lot of the work done. You can do the assignments and reviews an unlimited amount of times. So if you don't do well the first time, go back and redo it as long as it's before the due date. Here's the late work policy again. Make sure to work out the problems. So when you're watching the videos, take notes. Take notes and work out the examples. Feel free to pause in order to work out the example on your own first. The assignments and tests and reviews are multiple choice. That doesn't mean that you don't need to work out the problems. You want to make sure you go ahead and work them out and then use the answers to help you. They're not set up for you to just be able to look at the problem and automatically determine an answer without doing any work. You will have to work some of these out. The quizzes, there will be 1 to 2 quizzes per unit. These go into your test grade, which is 63% of your overall grade. These are more fill-in-the-blank questions. There's a few multiple choice in there, but most of them are fill-in-the-blank questions. The quizzes will be 5 points each, and they have to be done in one setting, so that means don't close out before you submit. You'll get 2 attempts to do the quiz, so if you don't do well the first time, that's okay. Just go back and redo it. The test won't open until you have completed all the assignments and the review. You must get at least a 75% on the review in order to do the test. I won't accept a grade on your test unless you have done the assignments and review first. These can be done only one time, so make sure you're prepared and ready for it. They also have to be done in one setting. Don't close out. These are 63% of your grade, like the quizzes. So the quizzes and tests are in one category. Those are 63%. Homework is 27%, and then your final is 10%. Okay, so if you go back to the home page of this course, that's you can click right up here to get there. Inside the units, this is where you will have all of your assignments, and like I said, with the assignments are the lesson videos. You can also find other materials, like go to switch to units or folders, clicking right here. So after you watch this video, go back to your orientation folder, do the orientation quiz, and this academic honesty quiz. These are test points, so they're going to be really, really easy, kind of like extra credit test points just by doing these. The orientation quiz just has some multiple choice questions just to make sure that you watched this video. And then the testing and academic honesty, this is just kind of getting your signature saying that it is really you that's working on the course. Okay, so I think you're ready to get started. If you have any questions, please email me. Good luck.